I'll call this commission meeting to order. The first item is the invocation and the pledge. If you pray, bow with me as I pray. Lord, thank you for the opportunity to be a part of the governing of Fayette County. Lord, help us to make good decisions tonight. Give us wisdom and understanding and trust that we are doing the right thing for all of Fayette County. Lord, thank you for our employees and all those that are about the business of providing services for our citizens. Please keep them all safe as they're about their business and their work. Lord, help us not only for an understanding, but help us to be good in terms of working with our neighbors and each other. Help us to have a spirit of unity and trust amongst us. Lord, thank you for this country. Thank you for our state. Thank you for our county. Help us in all things, for it is in Jesus' name. Amen. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item on the agenda is acceptance of the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
So I got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No proclamation, no public hearing. So the next item on the agenda is public comment. Speakers will be given a 5-minute maximum time limit to speak before the Board of Commissioners about various topics, issues, and concerns. Speakers must direct comments to the board. Responses are reserved at the discretion of the board. Are there those in the audience that would like to come and speak at this time? Please step forward. Come on down, Alice.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Rapson and staff, everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak. I come to you for two major reasons, and one is I am very, very pleased to see movement outside of my subdivision where something is going to be done on Highway 279. In my subdivision, we have retired veterans, some have disabilities, and have caretakers coming into the subdivision to care for them. It's very difficult exiting and entering our subdivision. We have to leave home probably an hour or better to get to appointments, to go wherever we have to go in and out of our subdivision. I called Highway 279 the road most traveled. And the reason, if you drive it, you will see every person who have opportunities to come and shop in the pavilion, they take Highway 279. We have Tesla, which is one, car dealerships that are taking vehicles to destinations using the interstate. They use 279 as a cut-through to get to the interstate. We want our street resurfaced. We want access lanes, and we want DOT to work with the county to do whatever is necessary to make sure that we have better access as citizens and stakeholders in this county. In addition to that, I would love to see the Fayette County government write a letter to Georgia DOT and to the city of South Fulton against a quick trip service station that's in close proximity to our subdivision. All of the subdivision, and again, major stakeholders in this county, we pay pretty good taxes, and right adjacent to the Rick Ross property. On Highway 138 and Highway 279, that's going to be a real nightmare, knowing that already we have an abundance of traffic flowing down that highway. There's been accidents. I've talked to the sheriff. There's been accidents there. The school, the Catholic school right there would be affected. there have been shootings at the Shell station, which is right across the street. And I think there was something mentioned at the county level, at the state level, that, it may have been in the city of Fulton, South Fulton, that they have an ordinance of no more than 3 miles distance between one service station and another. That's something to be reckoned with. We need to really take note and take something. So I would love to have the county, Fayette County government, write a letter to the city of South Fulton asking them to deny the Quick Trip the opportunity to build a service station at that intersection, which would be a very safe thing to do, and it would help us as citizens and stakeholders in this county. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Alice, are there others that would like to come and talk at this time? If you give us your name and address, we'd appreciate it.
My name is Larry Youngener. I am a 37-year Fayette County property owning, tax-paying citizen residing at 280 North Drive in the North Ridge subdivision. Today, and once again, I rise to speak to the Commission concerning issues specific to the north part of our county. As stated, this is not the first time I have taken the opportunity to address this body with issues as they pertain to North County. Unfortunately for me, I have never received a favorable ruling from the Commission on an issue for which I stood before you and made an appeal. Unfortunately for the residents of North County, the problems are only getting worse. Thus, we stand before you once again, urging you as a body to stand firm together and demand on our behalf that the GDOT and the state representatives allocate the resources necessary to eliminate the aggravating problems that exist as a result of the deplorable condition of Highway 279 as it currently exists in Fayette County. There is no such thing as a quick and dirty solution. The problem is that Highway 279 is just a 2-lane road in Fayette County. Traffic on Highway 279 was bad at times when I moved here 37 years ago. The traffic in the same area is now horrible all of the time and only getting worse. To note, coming here today, I pulled out of the subdivision, and 0.8 of a mile before I got to 314, traffic stopped, trying to get through that traffic light at the intersection of 314 and 279. And it wasn't because of an accident, it was because the buildup of traffic had it backed up to almost a mile before we get to the light. The proposed solution seems to be the bypass lane at the entrance of the subdivision. This is a classic quick and dirty solution that does nothing to address the problem of exiting the subdivision. Add to that the possible addition of a QT service station at the 279-138 intersection, and you have compounded the problem. As far as the bypass lanes are concerned, there was one recently added at the subdivision, Dix Leon. Coming past there, I have noticed cars parked there with people taking pictures of Rick Ross plantation. I noticed a 18-wheeler parked there, and the driver was gone. We don't know where he was. But I've also noticed people that up front, behind the car that wants to turn left, don't know that they can get over in that lane and go around it and keep going. So that's not a good solution. The good solution would be to make that a 5-lane road just like it is in Fulton County that continue at least to the 314 intersection, if not on past. The real solution that will achieve a lasting result is to continue our 279 as a 5-lane road throughout Fayette County, just as it currently is throughout Fulton County. Anything less than that would amount to just kicking the can down the road. Traffic is getting worse all the time. Therefore, we beseech Fayette County to do the right thing. Let's take this opportunity to implement a solution that will eliminate the problem that all who live in or travel through North Fayette County for the foreseeable future. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. You can just leave that on the counter. That'd be good. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for allowing me to speak just for a
Welcome.
couple minutes.
Yeah.
Kenneth Kincaid, 140 Benson Circle, Fayetteville, Georgia, 30214. 28 years this year a resident. What has been addressed, I was going to address. So the only thing that's left that I know of is my really concern is that I've tried to help change but hadn't been able to personally, is to the speed limit on 279 is 55 miles per hour. When you get to 314, 4 lanes is 50 miles an hour. We've got 4 buses every day, twice a day, coming out of our subdivision, North Ridge. Country Lake does also, and there's 5 subdivisions with the new one that's just been built on 279. Speed limit is 55 miles an hour. Tractor and trailers also should be taken off 279. If they just go down to 314, the houses on 314 are way off the highway. For our subdivision, the homes are sitting pretty close to the highway. Tractor and trailers run 24/7. Shouldn't even be on 279. Too much traffic, too many homes. But my real concern is that the speed limit, because of the hazardous and our children going to school, 4 buses out, I think every subdivision, every day, twice a day. Nothing's happened yet, thank God, but it's a nightmare. It's been on my heart, my mind for 28 years since I moved in to this county. But I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate it.
Kincaid. Are there others that'd like to make comments at this time? Seeing none, I close public comment. Okay, sure. Charles?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A couple of things that were raised during the comments. I've been advised as of last Tuesday evening, the city of South Fulton has had their first reading with respect to changing the ordinance from 3-mile radius of convenience stores / gas stations that will permit the QT probably to go in. So our conversation, another jurisdiction, and so it's somewhat of a challenge. I won't say difficult or impossible, because many of you I know have shown up to their meetings. So they did have they're looking at changing it, and from what I'm observing, it's probably likely that they are pushing to permit the QT. The other items, if I can remember, was signage near Dix Leon, Mr. Youngner, that people can go around. Heard speed limit observations or changes, proposed changes. And I think those were the major issues that were raised. I too am thankful for the work that our Public Works Department is doing. And this is, as Mr. Youngner said, a quick fix, and it's called their rapid response. Is that correct, Phil? And so we've been able to secure some dollars to be able to keep traffic flowing. I know this is an ongoing issue, but I wanted to address some of those pertinent things that you all raised. I'll continue to work with you, GDOT, and our state representatives to address that, particularly with the growth that's happening here in the county with U.S. Soccer, Trilith, and some other amenities that are happening in the area. We are going to experience an increase in traffic. So that's a major corridor, but I pledge to continue to work with you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, my colleagues.
Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion about it? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Seeing no old business, we move to new business. Consideration of annexation notification. Debbie. Welcome.
Good
This is, as you said, a consideration of an annexation notice from the town of Tyrone regarding a request to annex one parcel, which is parcel 0739023, which is 4.672 acres. It's located in land lot 148 of the 7th District. It's at the intersection of Briarwood Road and Palmetto Road. Our land use plan is low-density residential, which has a 1-acre minimum lot size. The proposed zoning in Tyrone mirrors that and would be a 1-acre minimum lot size for single-family residential. Staff found no grounds for objections to this annexation request.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve the annexation notification from Tyrone.
Do I have a second?
Second.
So we got a motion and a second. Is there other discussion or questions?
Yeah.
Charles?
Dennis, I'm sure you have looked at this, and I noticed when preparing for the meeting, the town of Tyrone has yet to schedule a public hearing on the matter, assuming that they're waiting for our decision?
Yet, I do not remember the dates at the time that I put the agenda package together. They had not, when I notified Philip Traquet that we had it on this agenda, he was putting it on their schedule, so it should be showing up on their schedule shortly.
So my question, why I started out with you, Mr. County Attorney, was, doesn't require a public hearing?
First of all, let me correct your first assumption. I have not looked into this specifically because I represent both Tyrone and Fayette County. I've not been a part of it whatsoever. But annexations also have rezonings, and rezonings would require a public hearing. That's just a general response to the question.
And so that's my question, so I'm stuck as to how to, should we, in your, or can you answer that question now that you've, should there, a public hearing on our end proceed?
You never have a public hearing on your end on annexation requests.
This is first stage, if you
This
will?
is per state
First
law.
stage, okay.
Typically, all you're doing is objecting or not. That's really what your role is in annexation.
So we're first stage in this, I'm using that term correctly?
Correct.
They're making a request, okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Other questions or comments? All in favor of said motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Abstain.
Thank you, David. Okay, so we have one abstention. Phil.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Phil.
This first item is a request from the town of Tyrone for Fayette County to serve as a sponsor for its TIP application it submitted to the ARC. You may recall we recently approved for Fayette County to serve as a sponsor for a Peachtree City application. This has come in and we're kind of cleaning up some paperwork. Tyrone didn't think originally they were going to need us to be the sponsor, and then ARC said, yes, you should. So that's the reason we're doing it. There would be no financial impact to Fayette County, and it is most likely that they are going to receive their certification in the next month or two, and then they'll just take over and we'll be out of it.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve for Fayette County to serve as the official sponsor for the town of Tyrone's application to the ARC.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Phil.
This next item is a little bit more complicated. It's dealing with State Route 279, for which you heard some comments from our citizens on. Tamika, yes, thank you. So I'm going to do a little background, but I want to highlight the main thing I'm asking of the board, and it's 3 items. One, I'm seeking board approval to essentially create a new project for us to spend SPOS dollars on. Number 2, asking the board to authorize Fayette County to acquire some right-of-way, really easements, to facilitate the project we're talking about. And then 3, the reallocation of funds to pay for the right-of-way phase of this project. This is State Route 279 that we're hearing about. The traffic has been increasing. It's a road that was constructed many years ago and with none of the features we would have in a similar road constructed today. There's been a lot of public and political elected official push, and GDOT, in my opinion, at the district level, is doing all they can with the resources they can to make some improvements. Completed in September of 2024 was a right-hand bypass at the entrance of Dix Leon. As people have noted, it's not a fix-all, but it is a little bit of an improvement. We have the same type thing at the entrance to Providence subdivision down here. A new subdivision was put in here in Imperial Liberty Drive, and as part of the permitting process, the developer was required to put one in. So GDOT kind of did the easiest things first. This next item would be at the entrance to North Drive, and what they are proposing is to add a left turn lane into the subdivision, and then we would have to move the existing right turn decel lane into the subdivision to allow for the taper. Much bigger project, and it's beyond the funding threshold they can use for their quick response program. So what GDOT has essentially offered is, Fayette County, we will design and construct the left turn lane, the little bit of widening associated with that, but that's going to use up all of our funds. If we do that, can you say you will move the right turn lane into the subdivision? A relatively simple project. We had discussed this in the past at retreat, I believe. GDOT has prepared a right-of-way exhibit showing the amount of easement we would need. That entrance to the subdivision has a really nice brick decorative wall and some plantings. The wall would not be touched. Some of the plantings would be. That's, like any right-of-way negotiation, we'd have to work with the HOA and the property owners and acquire that. So that's what this is for. One, to see is the board supportive of creating this as a project? Two, we're asking to allocate $20,000 from a study that was identified for State Route 279, and instead, I think it's better, instead of doing a study, I'd rather get something constructed and then give authorization for us to proceed to acquire those easements. One final note, if we get through all this, when we come to the construction stage, I believe construction of that decel lane is something the road department can do in-house, but it will have some costs associated with materials. I'm guessing between the $25,000 to $30,000. Although there's a water line we'll have to deal with Vanessa. That's all I have.
Mr. Chair, move to approve staff's request to establish a new 2017 SPLOST project for State Route 279 and North Drive, reallocating $20,000 from the existing project 17 TAK.
Second.
So got a motion and a second. Any other questions or?
So,
Sure. Go ahead, Charles.
in addition to the 20, you're anticipating a cost overrun. Do you have any projection? What
Well,
more
the
you might need?
20,000 is an estimate for the
From
right-of-way
the
phase.
SPLOST.
For the right-of-way phase, and I thought an appraisal, we just put a number in there.
Okay.
We will develop a more detailed set of construction plans and refine what we
Okay.
need for construction. And it may be small enough, and depending what guidance we get from Mr. Rapson, we may just take it
I
out.
would,
of
I would
the
say
O&M.
that if you approve this motion tonight, what we'll do is we'll find that money in the budget, and I'll go ahead and approve that so that we're not slowing anything up for a future meeting. So with your blessing, I'll approve up to $25,000 for in-house construction.
Okay. And to assure our neighbors over there, when they do that in the subdivision, we'll replace the plants and things of that nature as a part of the project, or is that some way down the road?
That's something we will have to work out as part of the right-of-way negotiation. I don't want to make promises until we see the amount of room left.
Okay.
Thank you.
Joe?
Yeah, Phil, I want to get just a little clarification on that description. it says it's a new project. It's really a SPOS project that was just unnamed when the SPOS was passed, correct? We had a fund.
In the SPOS, we set aside money to do additional studies on that segment of 279. This is taking some of that money set aside for studies and transferring it to construction. We'll still have money. The study was meant to be a local match or an incentive to help GDOT create a project out of it, and that has not yet happened. That's something I think we need to work with GDOT to continue pushing on.
But we are, and I just want people to understand too, we're not going outside the permissible
No,
SPOS.
the SPOS is worded such that we can identify and address safety and operational issues at
Great.
roadways and intersections.
Good.
This is within the confines.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor of said motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Phil, you seem to be a popular guy today. Next.
Well, one more time, and I don't know if
One
it's
more time.
popular or not, but the next item is also 279. This is at the other end where 279 intersects Highway 85. This is a large federal aid project. You guys have been hearing different stages. What we are seeking tonight is approval to start the right-of-way acquisition phase. So we're seeking the board to authorize staff to acquire all needed right-of-way and easements. This is a big right-of-way acquisition, probably comparable to construction of the West Fayetteville bypass. There's 35 parcels. 23 of them will have fee simple right-of-way. The remainder are easements. I'm not aware of any total takes or impacts to homes. They are mostly strip takes along Highway 85 and 279. But we have a whole project team lined up. We're going to be seeking at the next meeting approval of that contract. This is the first phase to get us started.
Move to approve the right-of-way acquisition, or acquire the simple right-of-way and easements for 279-85 and Corinth Road project.
Second.
It's got a motion and a second. Any other questions? Comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Thank
Phil.
you.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Hey, Steve.
I said I'm here this evening to seek approval from the board to approve bid from E.R. Snell, bid number 26073-B for the FY26 resurfacing project for the amount of $3,893,213.21.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve bid number 26073-B to E.R. Snell Incorporated.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Questions?
Steve, in the notes, evidently we've had some problems with Snell before, and so there's a special thing there that says that somebody, a county employee, maybe you, is going to be out there at various times. But we're doing 10 miles of repaving, and I think we're pulling a lot of asphalt up on at least 3 of them, and
Yes, sir.
we're doing some other stuff. Are we going to try to do all these at the same time? Are we going to let them start, and let's see if we got a problem like we did evidently in the past?
They will not do them all at the same time. They'll probably start those FDR projects like you mentioned, the tearing up of the asphalt first, and that's the ones we're probably going to push for to do first. Yes, sir, our last project, we did have a little bit of problem with E.R. Snell with some quality issues and stuff, but we also had some problems with the manager who was managing. It was an engineering firm, and I think we solved that. And yes, to answer your question, myself or my staff will be out there to watch what's going on throughout the whole project, plus our third-party testing firm that'll do compaction testing, quality testing, and everything.
I just know that and it wasn't E.R. Snell that did these two projects. My neighborhood was just done, Peachtree City, it was not anything to do with the county, and then right in front of my office. And they were full-depth reclamation projects, and they pulled the asphalt off, and then the project just set. It just set, and it continued to just set. Now, I never called the mayor or anything and complained about it, but, and they're relatively short, pieces of road to do.
How
And I don't know
long
why they pulled it up and then just and it wasn't weather. It wasn't, that
I mean,
wasn't what's going on.
how long was the set time, if I can ask?
Months.
Months.
Yeah,
Now,
months.
there is a little bit of set time with FDR because you have to allow the surface, the concrete in there to cure before you come in and pave. Usually that's 7 days at the max.
It wasn't anything like that. And the where the intersections are, and you got the stop lines, they've got it marked to put the stop lines there, but it's been sitting there for a year with no stop lines. Now, it's in a neighborhood. It's not a big deal. You know where to stop before you go into the other road. But it just seemed like whatever that crew was, and it does say it wasn't Snell. It was a smaller company because they were doing a smaller project, and Snell is not. Snell's huge.
Yes, sir.
But I don't want us to get in the situation where we pulled asphalt off. Some of these roads are roads that are used an awful lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And they've got to sit there with nothing going on. Then your phone's going to start, and then my phone starts, and then Steve's phone starts. They need, when they get on the project, they need to get it and get it done.
Yes, sir. I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
E.R. Snell's upper management has assured us that the same problems we just recently had, we wouldn't have them again.
Well, I don't think we can enter into a contract and then say, oh, you screwed up the first part. We're going to. I don't want to get into that kind of mess. Once we say go, we're going to say go, and we hope we don't have a problem. But somebody keep a real close eye on the front end of it and say, this isn't the way that we're going to do these roads.
And
We're
we'll
going to get them. We're going to get them done.
We'll catch it before it becomes a big problem. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you,
Thank
Steve. Tim?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, good
Hello.
evening. I'm here to request the award of contract number 26093S for audiovisual equipment to the new multi-use recreation facility to Sound Principles Pro Media Incorporated in the amount of $289,543.99. As you know, we are well underway with the multi-use rec center there, and this project is really to put a lot of audiovisual equipment in almost every room that we've got there. As you may recall, we've got a large community room, we've got a large meeting room, 4 activity rooms, a weights room, 2 big full-size gymnasiums, and other common areas. And most of all of those are going to have some kind of audio-visual function to them, whether it be public announcement throughout the common areas, and kind of a sound system in the gyms for announcements and stuff like that. And then in the community rooms, large screens like we have here and TVs to enable meetings to use audiovisual equipment in there. Meeting room as well has a number of different functionalities. And the actual conference room to the Parks and Recs office will have a TV screen and video conferencing facilities. We worked with Sound Principles on kind of establishing the scope for this, and particularly with the Parks and Recs people to make sure that we were getting what we needed. And then once we got their quote back, I did a thorough check of the prices, and we carried out a comparison against the prices we'd got from them for the public health project to make sure that there were comparable prices. There were some changes in pricing. Most of those were down to increases in costs from manufacturers, but they kept their labor costs and most of all of those costs at the same level. So I felt confident from the point of view of making sure that there wasn't any kind of creep in the way that the project was priced, particularly with it being such a big project like this. And so with the help of the purchasing department, we were able to verify that, and I think we're happy with the price. Happy to take any questions that you might have.
Mr. Chairman, move to award contract 26093-S for audiovisual equipment.
Second.
So we got a motion and a second. Are there questions?
Yes. Mr. Chair, my colleagues, I read Mr. Burgess's assessment regarding that we've chosen, I guess, to stay with one vendor. Is there any particular reason we did not send this out for bid?
That would be something I would need to defer to Mrs. Burgess on.
This appears to me, Ted, let me get you my question. One, you heard the first part of the question, why we wouldn't send this out for bid. Two, it appears to be a sole source. And three, it doesn't give, in my impression, other vendors who might want to do business with the county an opportunity. And I know your reasoning behind it was try to stay consistent with the other projects we have going on. I have real concerns about that. People looking to have an opportunity to do business with the county don't appear to have an opportunity to at least submit a bid so we can do a comparative analysis. And that's my question. Why wasn't it gone to bid, and why are we considering this sort of a sole source? Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. And you are right. The decision was made a number of years ago, back when we first did the RFP to get somebody to come in and read this room. The decision was made that, okay, we don't want, as time goes on, to have multiple vendors doing their separate types of installations and separate warranties and separate work, and concern about, well, if there's issues with the equipment, well, this was your installation. No, it was your installation that caused it. So we felt that it would just be simpler in the long run to stick with the same vendor for this purpose.
I don't recall what you just mentioned. I know a comment was made that it's easier to probably stay, but I don't know if we voted to go in that direction to just have a sole source for all of our audio video. My memory does not recall that. And so I'll defer to looking at the notes. But again, I want to encourage us when we have this threshold that vendors know they have a unique opportunity to apply for business in the county. This sole source troubles me and gives me pause. And so those are concerns I want to raise and encourage our team to, again, I don't recall us voting to have a sole source on audiovisual sound and things of that nature. I don't recall that, and that's why I'm raising these concerns. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, my colleagues.
Sure. Are there other questions? All in favor of said motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Ted. Mission critical, yes. Hello, Casey.
Sorry, I was way in the back.
I saw you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm before you to request an approval of a change order number 6. I know it's not a famous word, but it is necessary to ask not to exceed amount of $274,988 for project support and consultancy. Mission Critical has been a key partner in the progress made on the radio system to date. As you all know, we have had issues. Their expertise has identified significant areas for vendor improvement, and we're requesting this approval of funding to ensure Fayette County's interests are protected and realized. They have the expertise to do that along with Fayette County personnel. So that's why we're requesting this. This should get us through the end of the year and the end of the project.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve contract number 1229-P, change order number 6.
Second.
So we got a motion and a second. Are there questions? Do we have an estimated schedule in terms of when this project's going to be wrapped up? Katie, I know we keep asking that, but
Estimates, keyword.
yes.
We are currently in the process of what we're calling the Get Well plan. They are working on relocating equipment from Willow Bend to Huddleston, which is a new tower lease. It's more elevated. That should improve coverage over there because we discovered the vendor was not going to be able to meet the contractual coverage. Mission Critical was key in identifying that. We're also adding another tower up off of Highway 138 on Commerce. to improve the northeast area of the county. Again, Huddleston's in the works. They're going right to 138 after that, and then it's going to be waiting for the foliage to drop and doing testing so that we can get the project signed off on.
10-4.
To you,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're
Tom.
good. Were you finished?
No, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Have we resolved, if you will, the issue of dead zones in the northern tier?
That is what the tower up at 138 and Commerce
Okay,
is
and that's
set
what
to
triggered
do.
my
And the
question.
overlay maps that they run, they are showing much improvement up there.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
So we have a motion and we have a second. Is that correct? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Administrator's report.
You can see listed on the agenda, the contracts I approved that are budgeted, the Public Works Engineer of Record for Kenwood, the Water System Engineer of Record for modeling services, the on-call for water distribution and stormwater infrastructure, Pure Aid, Lake Horton Dam flow weir repair, and then the gym equipment for the rec center. A lot of those have a very, very long lead time, so we're trying to order them now so we can actually get them in time for the project to be completed. You were sent out very late today, but you were sent out nevertheless the hot project update. So you have an update for the Parks and Recreation Multi-Use Facility, Red Wine Tunnel, Coastline Road Bridge, QTS traffic signal, the Mark Lane box covert installation, the Durnell Drive box coverts, and then the Whitewater Creek Nature Trail. Also wanted to note another email that was sent out later today in regards to they're calling it a trail building workday for Georgia Power. This is on the Veterans Parkway. That's February 28th from 9 to noon. And so we're encouraged, if you're a resident, you want to go out, that's a good way to help clear the land and actually get a firsthand view of what that pocket park's going to look like. Wanted to make sure you get on your calendars, retreat. Retreat will be May 13th this year, which is a Wednesday, which is different. Usually we do it on a Friday. The schedules wouldn't work, and it'll actually be held over in Trilith. And then the last thing I want to do is brag a little bit. So our own clerk, Tamika, was actually elected to the president of the Georgia Clerks Association.
Here, here.
She'll be sworn in April, and as a side note, that means between her and Ted being the president, I have 2 presidents that work for me. That's all I have.
Very good. Congratulations, Tamika.
Quick question, this is the water line on
Which one? The Kenwood project is it's Kenwood Road, so it's
Yeah.
for equipment support services.
I'm sorry?
It's just the engineer of work for the Kenwood Road. It's a change order associated with engineering support services for Kenwood.
No, okay. Vanessa's saying no to my question, okay.
Yeah.
Attorney's reports.
Mr. Chairman, I do have 5 items for executive session this evening, 2 involving threatened litigation. 1 is for real estate, and we have an executive session minute revision to your January 8th, 2026 executive session minutes to look at, as well as your executive session minutes of January 22nd, 2026. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioners' reports.
Let me join in recognizing our clerk and for her outstanding selection as president of the Clerks Association. They're learning what we know. We have an outstanding person in that position, so double congratulations to you. And then well, we'll wait, but we've been notified, the fire department and their recognition, that'll happen as well. So thank you all for your leadership, Chief, in that regard as well. And then I happen to, I'm not much on social media. Someone brought to my attention that Anita was trying to be a star on social media by showing the new rec center.
She's always a star.
Well, being an exceedingly different star by being on TV. I've never seen her on video. So kudos that I know she's proud
That's
of that long-awaited thing. And then I encourage the community, if you want to participate in what was just mentioned about the trail. It's a pocket park on Easton and Veterans. What was the date again?
February 28th.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The 28th, if you all want to participate in that project. Thank you.
Chuck, you good? I did have the opportunity at to attend the ARC meeting yesterday, and had a little bit of work going on, mostly housekeeping work and that sort of thing, but it's always good to spend a little bit of time with my cohorts from other counties around the region. So without further ado, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
Move to go in executive session.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.